Hello and welcome to another episode of Red and Blue. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Maybe lean away from football a bit and back into it. We're going to look at some of the lighter news headlines this week. Maybe not all lighter, but we're just going to have a look at some of the other news headlines from the sporting world. We're going to start with this one. UFC 249 has been cancelled despite Dana White saying it was going to go ahead on a deserted island. Unfortunately, it has been cancelled.
Don't you just hate when the deserted island gets cancelled on you at last minute? It's just not good, is it? I mean, it's happened to me.
Yeah,
It's
I experience it all the time. I just think he's looked a bit of a wally, really, and he shouldn't have promised that it was going to definitely go ahead.
You got to credit him for his idea. All them people that were going to be at home and they were going to buy that pay-per-view event, and now it's all up in tatters. I mean, we've picked a very angry image of Dana White, a very angry Dana White.
I imagine he's angry right now.
I imagine so, yeah. Yeah, was this ever going to work? I kept seeing it on Twitter and thinking, I can't see that working. I just can't see it
Tony and
happening.
Khabib have been booked to fight for about 3 or 4 times.
Oh
This might
yeah.
have been the fourth or fifth time, maybe actually. I don't know the numbers. It's that ridiculous. I think Conor McGregor tweeted it and said they're on 3-2 and pullouts, but obviously now it's been cancelled. Does it really count as a pullout? But yeah, Tony Ferguson and Khabib would have been a great fight to watch, especially in this lockdown. We've had
Been
no
saying
sport.
that for a while now.
Yeah.
This has got to be
Maybe
the
it'll
most highly
happen.
anticipated fight of all time.
It's the anticipation just keeps adding with how we've not seen this fight yet. They're the two best in their division, and we've not seen this fight yet.
And do you want to know the thing about all of it is we're going to sit there, we're going to get dead excited for it, it's going to finally come round, and we're going to go, right, we're going to buy it, we're going to get all of our snacks in, we're going to get all of our friends round, we're all going to be absolutely buzzing for this fight, and Khabib's going to get him on the mat, he's going to lie on him, he's going to hug him, he's going to hug him to death, and then eventually Tony Ferguson's possibly going to tap out, although Tony Ferguson doesn't do tapping out, does he, thinking about it?
No, Tony Ferguson's
Khabib is not going to want to stand in front of him and fight, we just know that.
No.
But basically, after all this hype, because let's be honest, people are getting hyped to see an upset here. The people want
Yeah.
Tony to win. After all that, Khabib's going to win, and it's going to be like, yeah, okay, never mind.
But now it's not even happening.
That's it. So,
Do you reckon this happens again? Do you reckon they book it for a sixth time, or is the fight just cursed? Is that what it is?
It would feel cursed, wouldn't it, at this point, I think?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone would like to see it. I'd still like to see it happen. I would still like to see it
Yeah.
happen, but without taking it away from the sort of silly side of it. But yeah, I think it will happen eventually. I'd
Anyway,
like to see it happen.
Dana is got a lot to answer for. Let's just say that he got everyone's
He's
hopes up, and he should have just admitted from the first place it was not going to happen.
he's mad, bless him. Anyway, the next bit of
Poor
news
guy.
we've got.
Poor guy.
We had these kids, didn't we, that recreated all of them goals in the background, like the iconic goals.
Yeah, I think my personal favourite was the Maradona one because it was such a clear handball in the original, and I felt the young boy disguised it quite well.
I mean,
We've left his Twitter in there if you want to give it a watch. It's a good video.
it really is, yeah. I think they've done a few of them actually. I don't think
Yeah.
there's just one now. There's a bit of a chain going on now of episodes.
Yeah,
But there's been a few people doing this. I think not just obviously this guy. There was saw another one the other day on. I think it might have been on Facebook and not Twitter, which is quite rare for me. I don't really go on Facebook. And that was a guy, and he had I think he was just booting him into a trampoline. And it was brilliant, like all the Thierry Henry goals, and he did the Dennis
Yeah.
Bergkamp one as well at Newcastle. He was going for it, he's done all of them. He did the Aguero one with his top off and running Ronaldinho in the Champions League, and it's just it's a good way to make the most of the time, isn't it? During this
Yeah.
this strange time, it's a good way to
Definitely.
make
I've
the
been
most
doing
of
a
it.
few with my son as well. Some drills.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you've watched the video on Twitter from this guy, the keeper could do a lot better. I mean, it looks staged almost to me.
They have said they were trying to recreate what the keeper did. I think.
Oh right,
Um,
okay,
So I think they're just taking a mick out of the keepers as well, really,
fair enough.
because some of them could have done a bit more for those goals.
That's it,
If in truth, I mean, Joe, we've got the Everton one here where Joe Hart makes an absolute tit of himself.
Oh, good old
Um,
Joe. Yeah,
Good old Joe.
he nearly beat him once in a derby, didn't he, Rooney, from the halfway line? I remember that. Joe
He
Hart
did,
ran
yeah.
at a
He
speed I
did.
don't think I've ever seen Joe Hart cover ground like that before in my life. And I think he managed to save that one, did he? No, he did, yeah. No, yeah, he did. We still lost, but that was like the highlight of the game for us.
What, Joe at running back?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was.
Just got something trapped in my throat there. Sorry, guys.
There we go. This is the beauty of live and candid content. No, but they did a few, didn't they? They did loads of
Yeah.
recreated There's been, like I said, there have been a few people redoing them, but these kids sort of think started it,
Yeah.
making the most of it. Well, they've got 2 nets as well. What happens if it hits that post in the middle?
That's what I was thinking when I was watching the video the first time.
Is that?
Post in the middle, the video's ruined.
Yeah,
He did say he did a lot of takes, so I guess they were watching these videos for hours because his dad wanted to get it right, so he
Yeah.
got the maximum amount of views.
Do you think it was a little bit like, right, oh yeah, I've scored, Dad, look, and he was like, no, that wasn't right, that's not how he did it, again. How many days were them children out there? No,
They're still out there now,
they're still out
creating
there.
the new video,
They're
new
doing the next
content.
one, yeah. We must get paid on this content.
That's it.
I don't know if you get paid for Twitter content actually.
I don't know. It's on
Uh,
YouTube now as well, so
Oh, right, there you go. He knows the way around it then. He knows what he's doing.
yeah, definitely.
Right, let's go on to the next one anyway. Oh, God. It's so weird, isn't it? Seeing like...
Ronaldinho
So-
been released from prison. This is a picture of him going into prison, I think. Yeah, I was reading up on this actually before why he went to prison. He was in Paraguay with his brother, and he had a fake passport. Imagine that being one of the most known faces in South America, going with a fake passport. A Ballon d'Or winner. South America is big on football, and you're going to go in there with a fake passport and try to not get recognised.
I'm just looking at that image that we've got there. The police officer on the left, as you can see.
Yeah.
He's got a piece of paper
Yeah.
in his hand. Do you reckon he's just had his autograph from
cheeky autograph. I mean, Ronaldinho does look a bit confused and happy in this picture, so maybe he asked for. I mean, if I met Ronaldinho, no matter the circumstances, I'm asking for an autograph.
I mean, Ronaldinho is also wearing some of the fanciest handcuffs I have ever seen there. I mean, that is a beautiful pink handcuff. I mean,
I feel it may have covered him, but
well, either that or they went in his bedroom for the handcuffs. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
On that matter. Also, who's that guy behind him? Who is that guy?
I'm not
behind
sure.
Ronaldinho?
I don't think that's his brother. I don't know Ronaldinho's brother. Do you know footballers' brothers? Unless they play football, no.
I don't think so, no. But
No.
he hosted a football tournament, didn't he, as well, whilst he was in prison, in classic Ronaldinho
Yeah.
style. And apparently they won, and they absolutely smashed them.
Yeah.
I love how he's the only sort of person who can go to jail and still get positive news stories wrote about him. You wouldn't see anything, Adam Johnson goes to jail and starts football tournament. It'd be like,
Whoa. That's a statement there, mate. No, I mean, there's a bit of a difference. Kiddie fiddling and passport.
Well, this is it, you see.
Fraud.
Is the only football that can get away with it.
Again, a bit of a difference there.
I mean, you could talk about more footballers that won't get away with it, but let's move on to the next one.
Let's move on to the next one. I mean, we don't want to talk about Adam. We got a picture at Liverpool.
This is it.
You never walk alone. Got a guy walking alone there.
Just like all the staff were.
Yeah.
So basically, this is about Liverpool. They decided to furlough a load of staff. Me and Nick know what that word means.
Yeah, we've been furloughed ourselves.
We know what that
at the
means.
moment.
Yeah, they decided to furlough all of was it all the backroom staff sort of thing?
Yeah, all backroom staff to get the wages covered by the government, and then a couple of days later, after getting a bit of hate and
A little bit,
seeing,
just a little bit of hate.
seeing City and United come out with, we're not going to use the furlough scheme. We're just going to keep paying our staff because we're decent clubs. They decided to backtrack on that.
That's it.
And now their staff are no longer being furloughed. I wonder, will they get furloughed for those 2 days at 80%, or do you reckon?
Yeah, do you reckon they already did it, and then they rang them back this morning like, "Hi Karen, how you doing? How you getting on? All right? Please don't go to the local papers, but we've decided to completely retract, all of our decisions we've made regarding the furlough agreement. So if you could, just come back to work tomorrow, that'd be great." How long through that conversation do you reckon they got before the phone went down?
Probably not too far, but I also reckon he was probably just saying, well, just work from home or don't work at all. I mean, what can you really do at a football club at this moment in time?
That's a good point. It's definitely not polish the trophies, is it?
No, not at the minute. So yeah, They just made themselves look a bit foolish,
Bit of
really,
a
didn't they?
backtrack there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is a picture
Classic
from
bottle
today.
jobs.
Yeah,
Classic bottle jobs
that's it.
from last season. I mean, they're not going to bottle the league from here, so they might as well bottle big
May as
decisions
well bottle
that affect
something.
people's lives.
It wouldn't be a normal season without it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, the
One thing you
next.
can rely on is Liverpool bottling something.
That's it. They've got to. They've got to. It's such a homely feeling.
Unfortunately, now though, it's not going to be the league on. So
Oh, I know. But let's not talk. Let's enjoy this moment because this is a nice little Gerrard slip for me. In its own right, anyway. Right. Lionel Messi.
oh,
Did you know? Breaking news, right? Red and blue breaking news coming to you straight to your ears right now. Lionel Messi's moving to Inter Milan.
this is down to our well-placed source in Italy.
We've got a source in Italy. It's
He's still on lockdown at the minute, but he's in contact with Inter Milan every day.
he's in lockdown and he just knows. He just
He
knows.
just knows.
I
He
mean,
called it.
Messi always comes out and tells you, if he needs to, if he needs to let the media know or let the people know that he's going to move clubs. And I mean, if you say this picture is Photoshop, then I mean, what is wrong with you? It's clearly not. That is
Yeah.
clearly Lionel Messi. He's clearly holding an Inter Milan top, and he's clearly next to an Inter Milan badge. So he's clearly moved to
Going.
Inter Milan. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
he's
you're
a-
not allowed in Italy at the minute, but he's
this is
still
it.
clearly going to do it.
But this guy's he's the greatest in the world, so he doesn't need to be in Italy to sign. He can sign from, wherever
He
he
can
wants.
sign from Spain.
Exactly. Where do you
I
want to
think
sign from?
all we need now is Fabrizio Romano's "Here we go," and this is pretty much 100% official. We'd say it's 99% done at the minute.
That's
As
it.
soon as we get the "Here we go,"
Well,
it'll be
that's it.
100%.
I mean, look at all the other, sources and stories we've had in the past. I mean, Messi's moved around a little bit, hasn't he? I mean, it's not like it's, uncommon
Unheard
for,
of. I mean,
for Messi
I
to move
forgot that
around.
season when he was at City. To be
Yeah,
fair,
do you remember that one? Yeah, and he got that crazy ass tattoo on his arm. Do you remember that looks a
yeah,
little bit like Kyle Walker's? It
yeah,
was,
definitely.
yeah, it was
His
mad,
arms
wasn't
are
it?
also a different shade to his face, but
I know. That's what happens. You move countries, continents a bit different. You can see how his face is a bit paler. Nolito, his daughter's face went a strange colour apparently when he come over. So it happened to Messi. I
yeah,
mean,
definitely. But yeah, obviously you can see that's quite an official picture, and it's the same source again who sourced us this picture, and
this is
obviously
it.
Ant remembers seeing him play at
Spot on.
the Etihad.
Exactly. He bagged us
So,
a few goals that season, didn't it? Yeah, he was.
um,
And that's a picture of him with Tixie as well. So I mean, if you can't trust it's his shirt, because I can understand how the shirt might be photoshopped. That's definitely Lionel Messi with Tixie. So I mean,
yeah, I mean,
confirmed for
just
me. I mean,
looks a bit like Kyle Walker's arms.
if anyone disagrees, then I mean that's just I don't know what to say to you. It's just not fair, is it? No, obviously Messi's come out and said that he's staying.
I
This
feel the fact he had a need to say this is like Inter Milan inquired about
yeah.
him, and that tells you a lot about Inter Milan. Where did they get this money from? Because financial fair play is so big in Italy.
I mean, to be honest, I knew the story was fake about Messi joining Milan when I realised that it wasn't a United player joining Inter Milan. I thought this
or
ain't right.
an older Premier League player.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah. So feels like Inter Milan is now sort of like the club where all of your sort of finished players go to. It's like,
cast
there we
outs.
go.
It's where all the Premier League cast outs are going. Ericsson,
I know they must be building.
wouldn't class him as a cast out actually. He's a good player, Ericsson. Just
But yeah, no. Messi's come out obviously and said he's staying,
yeah.
which I'm not that surprised at, to be honest.
On mega money. I mean, I'd stay where I am.
Yeah.
He don't. I don't really. Can't really see him playing anywhere else. To be honest, I know he says he wants to go back to Argentina, but I can't see him
I
playing.
can't see him going anywhere else, to be honest. I think he's pretty well settled at Barca. Obviously, he is the best in the team. He's, in my opinion, one of the best in the world. I don't want to say that he's the best in the world.
He loves it. He
but
loves it at Barca. That's it.
yeah, and that's it. He's comfortable
So
there, isn't he? So
sorry, Inter Milan fans, and sorry if any City fans did get their hopes up in that picture.
if any
by the
City
way.
fans got the hope up, please stop watching football because he clearly never played for us, unless you're too young to remember that season. But that wasn't that long ago. So if you're watching our
Yeah.
videos and you're that young, I don't think
Don't
you
watch our
really
videos.
understand the content, and also you possibly shouldn't be watching the video. Go and
No,
find
not
your
now.
mum
I
and
mean,
dad.
we've got a little bit less censored these
That's
last
it.
couple of videos.
That's it, yeah. And do you know what? The alcohol's actually dropped quite a lot, which is surprising. You'd feel like that would go hand in
Yeah.
hand. Anyway, next one. We've seen a lot of this
Oh,
guy recently.
a lot of him since Bozza's been in.
That's it.
Obviously, I wish Bozza a speedy recovery. Not a politically driven person.
Yeah, it's
I'd
not
never clap for him.
Yeah, it's not a politically driven channel, but yeah, we both wish the best.
Yeah. But yeah, Matt Hancock calling out the football players. A lot of football players have weighed in on this as well, haven't they? I think football players just want to know where the money's going, and obviously there's lots of reasons to maybe not trust the Tories on some things.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure it's going directly to the NHS who need them. But yeah, I loved how he didn't call out his mates. Like Richard Branston says he's not going to pay his staff at Virgin. The guy could pay his staff and still have $4 billion in the bank. Like, how much money do you need? And Matt Hancock refused to answer a question on him. He won't call out the bankers that obviously fund the Tory party. It is what it is. You've got to protect your friends, I guess. But come on, man.
I mean,
call them out.
Was he suggesting that Premier League players donate? Was he? Is this one or?
Yeah, he's saying they need to contribute.
Did he say they need to? They have to,
yes,
or it would be they should.
They should contribute. Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I agree with that. I mean, to a point, but obviously, it is their money at the end of the day. I know there has been something going on there. I'm not saying they shouldn't donate anything at all.
They pay a lot in tax as well. They do always pay their taxes. Not trying to defend them. Obviously, they're on an absurd amount of money to kick a football around.
I mean, going away from this, anything when something goes wrong, people always seem to go, well, they earn loads of money. Why don't they do this, do that? Or Stone will donate, for example, 30 grand to a charity, and they go, what, is that it? And you think, well, still, it's 30 grand. I mean, are you going to donate 30 grand? No? Okay. Well, he's donated something. He doesn't have to do that. He's not obliged to do that. So I feel like...
They do donate a lot in the background, don't they? Like, out of the public eye.
Well, that's the thing, and it has to be in the public eye. Because if it's not, then
it's never happened.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same with everything, like the whole... dropping stuff off with relatives at the minute and people record it and it's like, oh, look at how good I am. Okay, that's fine. You didn't have to record it. It's great that you're doing it. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been doing it for some of my relatives as well.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Nobody wants to see the reaction to my grandma receiving milk and bread from me from the end of the drive.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's not really sort of grade A content, is it? If I'm being honest.
No. I mean, she was happy, but like, I wouldn't put that stuff on the internet.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, what's the point?
So yeah, but the players have come out. They've done something now, which credit to them, obviously.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. And yeah, obviously we're touching a bit more on the dark now. We've tried to keep it a bit lighthearted. We'd obviously like to pass our condolences on to Pep Guardiola, anyone affected with COVID-19. It's a horrible, horrible disease, and we hope we can beat it. I don't know if you've got anything to add on that, Ant.
Yeah, obviously, footballers are a little bit more in the limelight. They seem to get a little bit more of the attention, obviously, with the deaths. Pep Guardiola's mother comes into mind. And just recently, tonight, we heard about Kenny Dalglish being diagnosed. Like I say, we're not a channel that's really about this. But we do pass on our condolences and well wishes to everyone, no matter what club they played for, where they come from, which walk of life they are. Obviously, our condolences with them. Also, for anyone who's watching this, if you are concerned, if you've got any sort of symptoms or anything like that, obviously you should go and get a test, get tested, quarantine, follow the government's advice, obviously. And look after yourself, but as a proactive move, keep your hands clean, and follow the advice. Basically, like I say, we're not experts at this at all.
No,
we're living it just like you guys are. We just wanted to pass on our well wishes.
One last headline I realised we missed.
Okay,
Kyle Walker. What a guy!
Yes.
We did have his arms in the video, and it sort of reminded me. Kyle Walker, what a guy! Trying to throw a sex party in a lockdown.
He's unique, isn't he? Bless him.
Did he invite Rooney, or is that just a Sun fake story? Because I've only seen it reported by the Sun.
Yeah, and again, we're not going to pass views on a particular paper or company or individual, but yeah, I somewhat agree with you, to be honest. I don't really believe a lot I read in that newspaper. But yeah, apparently Rooney was invited.
Wow.
And Rooney might have turned up.
We know his history.
Have you heard how much he paid him? It was a couple of grand just for the night.
God.
I'd do it. Give me a call, Kyle. I'm there. I'm there.
Well,
so I'll cook your tea. It's
it's not so much the cooking the tea I'm worried about.
Do you not think?
specs after.
Right, okay.
I'll leave that to speculation.
Is that a game of
Anyway,
Monopoly?
yeah, we'll call it a game of Monopoly, shall we?
Or is it Connect 4?
It'll be connecting with Summit. Anyway, we're going to leave it there before we digress into the
That sounds
silliness.
like a good idea.
Yeah, so this has been somewhat different. Let us know if you liked it. Probably try and do it again if you guys think it's a good idea.
So we could make it
If
a
not,
weekly thing, maybe.
yeah, if not, we're not going to take it. We're still learning, so
That's it.
we're hoping that you guys can suggest things for us to do and keep us from being bored, and then hopefully we can keep you from being bored.